Your consciousness is not a light in the skull. It's a dial. And someone is already turning it for you. Listen. Your brain predicts every beat, every word, every silence. When I break the rhythm, when I leave this pause hanging longer than you expected, you feel the lurch. That jolt is not magic, it's not mysticism. It's your cortex firing at nothing. A ghost note, a missed prediction. That is precision. The lever that decides how tightly or loosely your brain grips reality. And if you don't learn to hold that lever yourself, others will. Every complex you carry is just a dial turned too far. Anxiety? That's over-precision on threat predictions. Your brain convinced danger is everywhere. Paranoia? Same lever, locked at maximum. You don't see the world. You see your fear echoing back. Losing it too much. And you dissolve. Psychedelics strip precision from high-level priors. Your categories blur. Your ego melts. Religions call it union. Psychiatrists call it psychosis. Either way, the lever slipped from your hand. And here's the darker truth. That lever is not just inside you. It's in every chant, every slogan, every algorithm that feeds your eyes. Rituals raise precision until crowds march as one. Ads loosen your guard just enough for the brand to slide in. Propaganda tunes the lever until you believe the unbelievable. This is not abstract. It's the machinery of your nervous system. Whoever controls your precision controls your reality. In 2025, neuroscientists proposed what they call the beautiful loop. A model of consciousness as nothing mystical, nothing magical, but a control loop. A system whose sole job is to regulate precision, to decide which predictions to trust and which to discard. Think of anxiety again. Studies show it's just over precision on threat circuits. Your brain doesn't merely notice danger. It locks the dial on it until everything is a weapon. Psychedelics. Precision loosened at the highest levels. The brain stops insisting on categories. Boundaries collapse. The ego dissolves. Exactly the mystical dissolution Alan Watts described. Now mapped to the loosening of priors in predictive coding and chanting. New research shows ritual speech quiets the default mode network, synchronizing precision across a group. One beat, one rhythm, one mind. What Jung called participation mystique, science now calls network entrainment. Complexes. Jung saw them as emotional knots with their own will. Neuroscience frames them as overlearned circuits locked in place by too much precision. Alan Watts intuited it. Jung circled it. The beautiful loop nails it down. Consciousness is the governor of certainty, the dial of precision. So what does this lever feel like in your own skull? Over-precision feels like obsession, the thought that won't let go, the category that won't bend. You call it anxiety, rigidity, perfectionism. But it's just the dial stuck on maximum. loosen it too far, and the ground falls away. You lose boundaries. You mistake coincidence for destiny. You call it flow, ecstasy, or enlightenment, until the dial slips and the world turns incoherent. This is the shadow Jung warned of. Complexes are not demons from outside. They're loops of prediction held with too much certainty. They masquerade as fate, but they're only circuits you haven't retuned. That sudden sense that language collapses, that boundaries melt into the flow of experience, that's precision turned down. At the top of the hierarchy, your ego, usually rigid, suddenly transparent. This is the psychology of the lever. Every mood, every trance, every revelation, a regime of precision. Consciousness is not a flame watching the world. It's a hand on the dial, constantly turning, tightening, loosening, deciding what you will see and what you will miss. You've been told consciousness is a lantern, a light that illuminates reality. But the beautiful loop shows it's something else entirely. Consciousness is not the light. It's the switchboard, the regulator that decides how bright, how dim, how sharp, how blurred your prediction should be. It doesn't watch the world. It tunes the world. Every moment of awareness is not perception, but precision control. Confidence in the story you're running. The ego? Just a model trying to lock the dial down. Mystical states. Loosened precision, categories melting. The system allowing alternative worlds to shimmer through. The revelation is brutal. You are not a passive observer of reality. You are the technician. Consciousness is the loop that decides what's real enough to believe and what to cast aside as noise. Carl Jung hinted at it. Alan Watts spoke of it. Now neuroscience makes it explicit. Your awareness is the dial itself, the lever that writes the world into being. Now let's turn the dial together, not as metaphor, as lived experiment. Phase 1. Tightening. Sit upright, breathe in for 4. Hold. Out for 4. Again, and with each breath, imagine a drum beating at the same pace, precise, rigid. A chant begins in your mind, just a single word, pulsed with the breath. Notice how your thoughts align, sharpen, narrow. You are locking the lever. Precision tightening across your system. Phase 2. Loosening. Stop the count. Let the rhythm collapse. Drop into silence. Notice the irregularity. The way pauses stretch longer than expected. The way your brain leans forward and finds no foothold. This is the ghost note again. The silence that shocks prediction. Notice how the edges blur. Thoughts feel wider, less certain. The dial is loosened. You just rode the beautiful loop. You felt consciousness shift between precision regimes. This is not theory. This is your nervous system turning the dial in real time. Here's the truth compressed to a blade's edge. Consciousness is not a mystery. It's leverage. precision is the dial. Whoever grips it controls reality. That's how trauma locks you in a loop. That's how psychedelics melt your categories. That's how rituals bind a crowd into one mind. That's how propaganda hijacks your certainty. The beautiful loop is not philosophy. It's the operating system of your awareness. And the dial is always turning. Either by your hand or by theirs. If you don't hold the dial, someone else will. Every chant, every slogan, every feed you scroll is a hand reaching for your lever. And most people never notice until it's too late. But you are not most people. You've just felt the beautiful loop shift inside you. You know now that consciousness is not a lantern, it's a lever. So take it back. Claim the hand on your own precision. Shape your certainty with silence, with symbol, with ritual you choose. Not the ones chosen for you. Seal this right in the comments. Type, "I turn the dial," and lock it into your circuits. Because the truth is simple and terrifying. Your mind is not a flame. It is a lever. And you are the one who turns it. If this video shifted something in your mind, you're ready for the next level. Download my free ritual guide in the description. No catch, just pure psychological alchemy you can use tonight. If you want to go deeper, hit the initiation playlist. It's your step-by-step journey into breaking unconscious patterns and mastering your own mind. Both links are waiting below. Your transformation starts now. Until next time.